I expect some more participants to join here the meeting. But I see already quite some people here, and greetings from all over the world already. So Chile, Tunisia, Morocco, Gambia now, Libya. So it's nice to see many people here. Let's see if some more people, because we got quite some registration to the webinar, so I expect some more people to join. But I think we can get started and start at least with the introduction. So even if some other people join, they won't miss the core of the meeting. So for the introduction, so first I want to introduce myself. I'm Francesco Locatelli. I am a project officer from UNEP, which is the implementing agency of UNEP for the CBIT-GSP project, which most of you might know, might have heard of, and might have met our network coordinators along your work. And I see more people in the lobby. And so yes, and today we're here to present the template, the English version of the NID template that we developed last year. Actually, our network coordinator from Spanish-speaking Latin America and the Caribbean, Paulo Cornejo, developed this template in the first place. And so this template was available for quite some months now in South America and for Spanish-speaking countries. And we took us a moment, but we finally translated it, and now we want to launch it today with this webinar here. That is not gonna be too long. I don't wanna. I like webinars when they're pretty short but like full of information. So today, webinar today will be approximately between 1 hour and 1 hour and a half. So I'm gonna share my screen. I don't know if maybe Jaipal, you can give me.
Yeah, we can see the screen. Just make it full screen.
Yes, I clicked on it. Yes, now you should be able. Thank you, Jaipal. So just a couple housekeeping rules very quickly. Your microphone will be turned off during the presentations. Questions can be made anytime in the chat. Feel very free to use the chat. I will keep an eye on it, and then I will bring them back to the presenters at the end of every presentation. But also at the end of every presentation, there will be some Q&A time, so you can raise your virtual hand, and then you will be you'll be free to ask your question. Remember, please, when you're talking, to introduce yourself with your name, country, and organization. Very simply, very quickly. So let's move on to the agenda. So I'm already introducing the webinar, and this is gonna take a couple more minutes, but not much left. And then I will give the floor to my colleague Jaipal. Is the CBIT-GSP Asia Network Coordinator. Is gonna present you the NID template. What are the contents of it? What are the possible uses of it? What are So like going through all of it and kind of exploring different possibilities for usage from your side. And then obviously there will be, if you have any question, you will be able to ask them directly to him. And then we are gonna move on and listen from some hands-on experience with the two national experts. We're gonna have a little conversation, Q&A, with the two experts, these two panelists from Chile and Panama, which I welcome, and I thank you very much because on your side of the planet it's quite early. So it's Melanie Acosta from Panama and Kevin Basso from Chile. And then they will have, again, some additional time for questions and a little closing survey and closing remarks. So It's gonna be short and sweet, and we hope very meaningful for most of you, for many of you. And so just this, the reason we're here today is that under the ETF, as you all know, all countries shall also report an NIR, which includes the NID and the CRT tables. They can be as a standalone document or as a part, as a chapter of the BTR. Most of you already know this. Most of you already worked on this. And the development of this NIR implies, as again, we have seen in this past months, quite an increase in the amount of and quality and detail of information that the countries are required to first collect, then elaborate, and last to submit. So despite some countries, many countries, developing countries have already an established capacity for developing their inventories. The new common formats, the CRT tables especially, and the compliance with the new MPGs under DTF are can result in being a challenge, and it's important that we have the right tools in place to face these challenges and be able to develop and report the NID and the CRT tables. So for these reasons, our network coordinator, Paolo Corneco, developed the first version of this. Then we translated it. And today we're gonna hear more from our other colleague, Jaipal, about the content and the applications of this tool. So quickly, before starting with the presentation, I just invite you all to a very quick Menti, a very short Menti quiz. I'm gonna change my sharing. I'm gonna move to the Menti presentation. You should be able to see my other screen with the presentation, with the QR code, or you can use the number code. So please join the presentation in just a couple quick questions to set a little bit the ground, to understand who's joining us today, who's following us, from where, and also to see how many of you are actually awake at this moment of the day. For many of you, could be very late in the night. For some of you, could be late in the early in the morning. So I see many people joining, and just a couple questions. More people coming in. Nice. I think we can do a few people more. We are quite a lot in the call, the webinar. See, a few more of us can join. I swear it's a couple questions, gonna take 2 minutes. All right, let's start. Please keep joining, but I'm gonna start with the first question just to understand where are you following the webinar from. I wanna see some dots on this map just to have an idea. I see quite some people. So early in the morning, and we got South Africa, or is it Eswatini, Madagascar, Algeria, Libya. All right, coming some dots. I think there is one dot either around Malaysia or Singapore. I guess it's not easy always to spot, to pin your location right away, but I'm seeing quite a good distribution. Got 29 answers out of more than 50 people that are actually using on the Menti survey. So I think we can have some more, but it's very nice to see. I think we have someone from, yeah. There's also from someone from the Caribbean. More people, India, Bangladesh, I guess. Some people from the Caucasus area. That's nice. Okay. Keep answering. I'm gonna move to the next question, but it's nice to see people from all over the planet actually joining here today. So, has your country already submitted its first BTR? It's just to start getting a grasp of what's the level of expertise, what's the stage most of you are at in this challenge. So we know that the deadline was last December, but obviously it was not easy to comply with it. And so just to have an idea how many of you already managed to get the work done, who is almost there, because many countries are still submitting, are just fine-tuning the report, and who's actually still working on it, so the submission looks a bit far away in time. I think it's actually already from the pool of people joining the Menti, it's already a quite good share of people that actually did submit. Got 4 people for the moment saying from countries that are almost there. So I hope, but also I think for all the people here, regardless of the stage of your country on this topic, on the BTR submission, I really think that the webinar from today will be useful in planning the next work, in maybe eventually fine-tuning, double check everything that you're putting in this first BTR, in the first NID inventory chapter. So yeah, let's move on. And how many of the people here today are from countries that submitted the NID? So I would expect this number to be a bit kind of reflect a little bit the BTR, but even be more in favor of the yes, because I think some countries did manage already to develop a BTR to the NID, but maybe are still fine-tuning the other chapter, the NDC tracking chapter especially, which is the other mandatory chapter of the BTR. So let's see a few more answers. Then I have just one last question before leaving the floor to my colleague for the actual template presentation. Actually, yeah, it's quite similar, the answers to now to the BTR. I was curious to see how different were the 2 answers, as you know, submit the 2 documents separately. Also, the NID can be a standalone document. It doesn't need to be part of the BTR. It can be submitted by itself, and then it can be just referenced with the summary eventually in the BTR document. Okay, so these are the numbers, and I just want to ask you one last question. I just want to have 1-2 words. What were the biggest challenges that you faced while working on your NID? And then we'll see if we manage to, even today, maybe to address partially some of it. So please, yes, I see access to information, CRT tables, national capacity, Key notation, obviously, we found in our reviews, in our quality checks, quite some troubles using key notations. It's quite common. So I think we can address that in other work. Trend description, big Word file also. Oh, nice. A lot of inputs here. That's good. But I see the biggest one are CRT and data availability, which are data quality, some classics. I see also IPCC software, quantitative uncertainty. Then we have some more institutional arrangements like national coordination, access to informations. But nice. Thank you very much for all these answers. I think this is also very useful for us to keep addressing them in all other capacity building, webinars, trainings, regional trainings that we are having across our networks. And obviously, feel free to get in contact with us, with our network coordinators for any of these topics. I hope for the main one of this, we will continue to do bigger webinars and trainings. But if you have some very specific question, feel free to reach out to our coordinators. We can arrange some ad hoc, some specific in-country support activity. So I will stop sharing my screen. Thank you very much for your inputs, and I will leave the floor to my colleague Jaipal, that's is gonna talk to us, is gonna show us the NID template and its features. Jaipal, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Francisco, and very happy to see the large number of people from the different parts of the globe, and I think we have more than 100 people. So very excited to hear and present our NID template. This template is everything that you are looking for to prepare the BTR. We know that the two things, the inventory and the NDC tracking, are the mandatory for all the developing countries. And the biggest task is to whatever number that you estimate, how to report that in a Word format. And that's why the main task, the difficult task that we have to make it easier for all of us. We all have a different capacity to reach at one level. With this, I would like to first thank our network coordinator, Paulo, from the Caribbean Spanish speaking, and he put his all heart, everything, all his experience to prepare this template. And I can say that to prepare this template, it's not a small feat. Of course, trying to perfectly organize this 300-page document, very detailed, extensive, and sometimes, frankly speaking, it's kind of overwhelming also. But for all this, our developing country, the task of the reporting and preparing this national inventory document, all the process using this new reporting system of the CRT, NID, and then the ETF, it's kind of a major challenge. And I can say that it's a kind of IKEA furniture that we have to assemble, but without the instruction. But now here we have prepared the instructions. So this template will help you very drastically. It will help all the country to reach at a one level. It has everything that you need to report in this BTR. You have all the calculation, maybe in IPCC inventory software or your country specific software or any tools or any software or whatever you are using for estimating the numbers. But now you have to report this in a proper format as per the MPG. So this template will help you definitely to cover everything in this template. So I have around 20 minutes, but I will try to finish before that so we can have more experience sessions from the Chile and Panama. We have two experienced national experts, those we have already used and have experience of this template. So with this, you all know that we have to follow the decision 18 CMA1, decision 5 CMA3. the two guidebooks for preparing the BTR. And the main important chapters, inventory and the greenhouse gas inventory and the NDC tracking, are the mandatory for all of us with some flexibility provisions available. However, there are two parts under the inventory chapter. So basically, sometimes we call inventory chapter, sometimes they call the inventory document. In the text, in the MPG, we call it National Inventory Report, NIR. So the NIR will be a complete set when it will be a combination of the Word document and also the Excel. Excel means the CRT, common reporting tables of the all these numbers by sector, by category, everything. And the other part is the NID, the document. Everything about the whatever you have done, all you have to do be documentation of the all the estimation and removals, whatever you are doing with the greenhouse gas inventory number of the all the category of the all the sectors. So if I can say that I can't introduce in a short time. This is I can say this is a 300-page document, and we took lots of time. We put so many efforts to prepare this. So I will try to justify that what this template is, to understand, and how you can use it, and how it will be drastically help you to prepare your chapter, the main important chapters of your BTR. So as Francisco mentioned, you can submit this document NID with the Excel set as a standalone document to the UNFCCC, or it could be a part of your BTR. So the guidelines as per the MPG, this document has prepared everything as per the MPG. All the paragraph from paragraph 17 to 58, this is related to the greenhouse gas inventory, and we have followed all this MPG para. And this template is basically attempt to include everything, every minimum thing that country need to be report, with specific provision mentioned that there is a flexibility available for you, maybe for related to this section or not. Each and every detail is not just like a chapter by chapter. All these instruction by table, by figure, by graphs, all instruction we have put in this template. And the most important thing is this template is completely editable. You can edit, delete, modify, whatever you want to do with this template. This is a Word version. You can adopt as per your national circumstances. Those big countries, they have emissions from all the category. This is the biggest useful for you, that you have to organize. You have to just put your numbers and description of all the graphs, tables in that. Those countries are not have all the category emissions and removal from all the category. They can just delete and put the information for the whatever relevant category that they have. Just I would like to put some snapshot of the document. So this is the look like the content, all the sections. As I mentioned, it's the 300-page document covering all the chapters as per the two decision, 18 CMA and 5 CMA 3. We have not missed even one single instruction from this two guidebook. So these are the how it looks like the content of this document. We have also included the acronyms, so you don't have anyone worry about this. We have also included the key messages, so all the key messages from the overall, all the 5 sectors, the trends and all the time series data. We have also included the executive summary as per the MPG. All this subsection under that you need to be report what information you should include in the executive summary. And we have also put a very small minor detail we have also included, like if you can see this global warming potential, we all have to use the now IPCC fifth assessment value, and we have put the table of the all these main gases, even HFC, PFC, so that you also have not to mention in that, because we have already put this table in this template. So also with this, we have also put one tables of the everything, that wherever you are would like to put any activity data emission factor, the template, the table is already there. You have to just change the number, or it is already a blank table is available. You can modify whatever year you would like to report. You can just add a column or row. We have also the blue text you can see in the screenshot. We have also included the MPG provisions for the each text, each subcategory, that if you would like to put some information here, what are the MPG provisions, what are the MPG paras that are related to this. So you can go back to the directly to that para and read the instruction and put the information whatever you feel that convenient for and according to your national circumstances. With this para, we have also mentioned that there are some flexibility available for developing countries. So if you would like to take, you are free to take that and just mention that here. How we have prepared this template? The template has prepared very long time and put we have put so much efforts, and specifically Paulo made so much effort to put everything as per the MPG. We have also put review this document by the UNFCCC, GHGMI, USCP, and all others organizations, and some of them are already here in this webinar. We have, as Paulo prepared, he has also he's handling the Latin America and the Caribbean, Spanish-speaking Caribbean. So where they have he has also tested this template with the countries, and country has already used this in the first BTR. So that's the great experience we will learn in the next session. The Spanish version then available, and now we are launching the English version. And the most important thing that Francisco also mentioned, we are available to support after this also. It's not like that we have given the template, you have to fill and submit it to UNFCCC, but we are available to support you to fill this template. We are available to help you demonstrate this template. We are here to help you everything related to the template, understand each section, how you can put the information, what are the meaning of this each section as per the MPGs, and what you can report, what you do not to report, what are the flexibilities, what are the mandatory things, non-mandatory things, everything. And in these structures, there are 10 chapters. This is not content that we have prepared for our, as per our understanding, this is all as per the MPG. So we have just follow the instruction and compile it in a one document that this is how your NID should look like. So it has everything, what are the chapter author, what are the key messages, executive summary as per the MPG. Chapter 1 is about national circumstances, second is about the trend. Then chapter 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is about all the 5 sectors. Chapter 8 is about the other sector. Chapter 9 is about the indirect CO2 NO2. Chapter 10, recalculation and the annexes. Annexes is also the important because all the CRT, uncertainty, key category, level assessment, and assessment, everything that we have to also include it with our inventory document. So this is also the one of the snapshot that I would like to say that we have also put the what are the paras, MPG paras are related to this each chapter, and the bracket effects notation key, which is tell you that there are flexibility provision available for this para. Where there is no effects mentioned means it is mandatory for everyone. And this information is already available in the template. Now I will quickly go through this snapshot of the index of the chapter 1. As per the MPG, we have covered everything that MPG mentioned, that this is the information that countries should report in the national inventory document. Basically, the how you have prepared the inventory, what are the key categories, QAQC, uncertainty, just the general information. Then if we go the chapter 2, the trend of all the greenhouse gas emissions and removals, the snapshot you can see, we have also put a space for to put your graphical chart or the bar chart, pie chart, whatever you are prepared. We have also give you a good practice kind of example that this could be the figure chart that you can create here. You can see in that figure 2.1, total net greenhouse gas emission by sector with unit with time period. So you just have to put the one figures, whatever size, whatever category as per your understanding. But this is just for your useful that this is the information. It's as per the good practice, it is required to report here. If not, of course, it is a completely editable version. You can delete it and you can move on. But this is the best good practice example for all of us. We have also put the tables with the note, with the source, with the unit, with all the sector, with all the years. Chapter 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's for all the 5 sectors that we have to report in the. And basically, all these 5 sectors are basically covering these 7 main sections. These are as per the MPG, that descriptions, methodological. In the methodology, we have to report activity data and emission factor, then the description of any flexibility provision if we have used, uncertainty, key category, recalculation, or any kind of improvement. So this information is required for each category, subcategory level. So if you go to this section, sector by sector, chapter 3, energy, chapter 4, IPU sector, chapter 5, agriculture, chapter 6, LULUCF, chapter 7, waste, and you can see that we have also put the category code as per the CRT. So with the category, you can also, because this is mentioned in the MPG document. So if I have to put the all the information, these are the 7 information, or I can say 7 section or 7 subsection that required to be report for the each category. If there is a subcategory, then this all information go to that subcategory. Even there is a subcategory, then you have to put this all 7 information for this subcategory level information. So this 7 information is required for the all the category wherever there is emission or removal. Description methodological, which included activity rate emission factor, description, uncertainty, QAQC, recalculation, and any improvement. This is as per the MPG. This is not our instruction. This is as per the MPG based good practice that we should use in our greenhouse gas inventory estimate, that whatever we are documenting. Chapter 8, 9, 10, 8, 9. Chapter 8 is about the other sectors, and chapter 9 is about the indirect CO2 and 2 emission, and chapter 10 it's about the recalculation and improvement. This is also as per the decision 5 CMA3. We have already an index provided by the secretariat that all the parties should use this. So this is just we have followed that guideline. Annexes, as I mentioned, we have to report the 6 annexer with the national inventory document, and this is also the mandatory for all of us. Of course, there are some flexibility provision in within also, but this is the information that we have to put it as annexer to this document. Basically, that all the calculation files, CRT, is a part of the annexer to the chapter. So I think this is the last slide. This is just example that we have put these tables also. This is example from the energy sector. And if you can see the white cell, the whatever is the as per the standard instruction from the MPG, white cell is for us to edit. The green cell is the summary aggregated number. The gray cell, it's basically we don't have to do anything. This is the not applicable for that particular category. So we have also take care of that very detailed information in the NID that you have to put only the white cell. We have also mentioned the unit. We have also mentioned that the last column will be the CO2 equivalent. So you need to convert the value in GWP and put in the last column. This very detailed and minimum specific information we have already included in the template. So we have tried that whatever country is using this template, they will not make even a small mistake in the reporting system as per the MPG. And the only requirement from the country is that they have to just put that numbers, whatever category, wherever there is emission occurring in their country, they just have to put the number. This kind of information is for all the sector. That's why this template itself has become a 300 pages. We have also put a table for flexibility for all the gases. What is the description, clarification, time frame, and this. This is not our self-made tables. This is as per the MPG. MPG 6, this kind of information. That's why we have created these tables. Category specific recalculation, we have also put a table, how it is calculated, what is the MPG provisions. These are the just a snapshot of this all the national inventory document. I can't put a 300-page document in the presentation, but I have put some snapshot. But this template is available, and that's why CBIT-GSP has developed this standardized editable NID template. That our objective is to simply yet profound that provide the right information as per the MPG in a more manageable and efficient time. This template is not just a document, it's a guidebook built on the good practices and designed to adapt to each country's unique national circumstances. This is a kind of a customized roadmap that rather than a fixed rule book, we can use this because after all, country must report in accordance with the MPG. The main guidebook is the MPG. So we have just followed the MPG and make it a more simple information for you. So you can understand what information you should report as per the MPG para, which para, what are the flexibility provision with you. So the template itself is a comprehensive work and meticulously structured with the chapter covering everything from the national circumstances, institutional arrangement, the trend in greenhouse gas emission, all the sectors, and each section even include the highlighted references to the relevant MPG provisions. So making a compliance clearer than ever, and it's been rigorously reviewed by all these international bodies, also those who have supported and reviewed this CBIT-GSP template. And as I mentioned earlier, Spanish version is already out, and today we are launching the English version. And with this, I would also reiterate that our support does not end with this publication. CBIT-GSP is committed to offering ongoing support activity to all the developing country to develop this and timely present your national inventory report, because we believe that transparency is not just about the reporting the numbers. It is about the building the capacity, sharing the experience, and continuously improving. Thank you so much, and I will go back to my colleague Francisco for the next round of instruction and the sessions.
Thank you, Jaipal, for the presentation. You were amazing. You stick to the timing, and you still managed to show us a lot of this document. And well, I just want to add that from a reviewer's point of view, I really like these summary tables where flexibility provisions are reported, because I think that's really helpful to have like a picture, like a wider picture of the flexibility provisions. And yeah, it just makes the reviewers job much easier, and then also the TER process will start from that. I think many countries will, many of the participants here will eventually undergo the TER review process in the coming months. So thank you. And just before, I want to ask you one thing before moving to the hands-on experience from our panelists. You said, yeah, it's 300 pages document with a lot of things, which actually, if you use it, you're sure you're not going to miss something from the MPGs because it covers everything. But it can be a bit daunting as a work, like to start, okay, you download the document, you see 300 pages, maybe you already have your template or something that's like your own kind of report. Just like from your point of view, where should someone, like a team, a country, start when they see this big document? What could be like an approach, apart from obviously contacting their network coordinator for some help? Do you have any recommendation, any thought, any whatever kind of approach you think could be a good idea? And then we're gonna see what Panama and Chile did actually in their own cases.
Yeah. Thank you, Francisco. So what I can, because I have also involved in this preparation process of greenhouse gas inventory, and I can say that this will be a very helpful for all the people, those who are involved in the preparation, because it's not like one people, those who are doing all the sectors inventory. So if you just share this template to the sectorial people, like the energy sector coordinator, that this is the section that I am looking from you, and this is the template. So for the person, it's all self-explanatory, that he or she will understand basically from seeing the template that, yeah, I have this information, I will put this here, I will put this here. Maybe the person, those who are not involved from the coordinator or from government side, it looks like that 300 pages, how I can report. But the person, those who are involved in this preparation, they are very well aware. They know that this is the activity data, this is the emission, this is the flexibility that we have to. So it is basically a guide for them to make a 3-month exercise in a 1-month exercise, that this is the information I have, take it this from me. And the task for the national coordinator will be very much easy for them. He or she just have to coordinate and arrange everything as per the template. So you can even divide. That's why we have told that this is a completely editable, modifiable template. Just put the one chapter and given it to the energy sector, another sector, or maybe the coordinator, and then just merge and your document will be ready. And this is not like one-time reporting. Every 2 years we have to report this. So maybe you will have not a good NID with the first BTR, but IBM, we are very much sure with this template, your third or the fourth BTR will be a perfect and will be a match with all the countries. So that's our objective.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So yes, summarizing, I really like the dividing the challenge in smaller pieces because that's makes it more manageable. And then yes, we don't aim for perfection from the very first report. It's a process. We all know in the first report is not gonna be perfect, and we're gonna improve it and submit every 2 years. So we aim for perfection, yes, but doesn't need to be perfect right away, just that. So thank you, Jaipal. And I would like to welcome our two experts, Melanie Acosta and Kevin Basoa from Panama and Chile. First, I want to thank you very much for joining us, because I know it's quite early on your side of the planet. So thank you very much. It's not easy when you want to gather as many people as possible across the planet to get an hour that kind of fits everyone, but I really appreciate your availability. So I don't know if you want to just eventually introduce yourself very quickly so that the audience has an idea. Maybe we can start with Melanie. Just name, department, what's your experience quickly?
Sure. Thank you, Francesco. Well, hello, everyone around the world. I'm Melanie Acosta. I'm the Chief of Climate Action, but actually I was the one in charge of the coordination of the Panama first BTR, and I was the GSG coordinator of the national inventory document through the process of the BTR.
Perfect. Thank you. And Kevin, a couple words about yourself.
To everyone, my name is Kevin Basoa. I'm from the Ministry of Environment in Chile, from the Climate Change Division, and also the coordinator of the National GHG system here in Chile. Thank you for the invitation. It's really a pleasure to collaborate with all this, and also because I take advantage of the template that you developed. So I feel in depth for you guys.
Amazing. Thank you. And well, so I am gonna share my screen just so we have the questions. I prepared a few questions for you, and we're gonna go back and forth between the two of you just to have an idea. I wanna share them on the screen so that everyone can keep them. Oops. Yes. Okay. Are you able to see the questions on my screen? Perfect. So I know also because I attended last year working with Paulo quite a bit, but I also saw some of the webinar from last year from the launch in the Spanish version that you started working on the NID actually way before already the first ETF, the ETF came to place, the first BTR. So you already had some capacity. You already established a workflow in your countries. So I just wanted to ask you, what were the reasons? How did you approach it? And yes, coming into the ETF also after, but. So I would like to start maybe with Melanie, so to hear about a little bit about how Panama started, like the working on its own inventory and the NID.
Just so maybe to give you like some context about how we manage all the presentation of the first BTR, everything started with the strategic decision. We jump from the second BUR directly to the BTR. We didn't present a third and fourth BUR because we didn't have any time to secure that funding, and even the Jeff wasn't given the fundings for BURs anymore. So we passed directly for the second BUR to the BTR, and that's the way we secure the international funding on time. So the project started really early on February 2023. So that helped us to secure like sufficient time and the preparation and the submission of the document. Our system or GSG system is really new. It's really young because it was established in 2020. So in the legal way and not and actually in the implementation. So the system was created to fulfill the requirements of the ETF directly. So GSGs was prepared directly with the IPCC 2006 guidelines. We prepare before the BTR with our BUR. We also present a national report securing the template that the developed countries already present each year. So that was a little bit easy for us because we didn't have to pass for a lot of changes from the BUR and the BTR process. Even it still was difficult to understand the MPGs and secure the capacity building.
Okay, perfect. So, okay, nice to hear that. Yeah, you had to kind of leapfrog a little bit from the BUR directly to the BTR, but also this a little bit of ahead planning gave you enough time to start to face it. And in fact, in the end, you were the champion of your network, the first one to submit the BTR. So again, congrats for that still. But okay, nice. I think there are some good hints for other countries maybe to start already even planning a little bit further ahead, but already with the idea of the BTR in mind. So Kevin, do you have something from Chile for us about this topic?
Yeah, thank you. So we have a little bit of a different story with Panama, but I think we came out with the same result. Well, they are the real champion, but we still present the BTR on time, so we are pretty happy with that. So okay, my process is like our process was like we keep continue the VR5 and then jump to the BTR. So it was really a continuous work. We have a lot of experience here in Chile. We have several people that are involved in the IPCC and people that have been working in this since the start of the system. That is like more than 10 years by now. So it is a lot of time. So we have a pretty mature system in the context of our neighbor countries. So it is it was not that difficult, but it wasn't easy because there is a lot of things that you need to include in regarding the ETF. So we face a lot of challenge, but we managed to do it on time. To present the tables and develop some system to also fill up the tables, and we have a lot of help with the people that I mentioned that have a lot of experience. Our LULUCF expert is a really good expert in this, and you know the topics related to the report of the inventory. So to make a story short, we jump with the VR5 to the BTR, but we always keep that in mind, that something that you mentioned, that this is a process work that you don't have to aim to perfect. You need to be like make a better document each time. So you don't have to aim to solve all the problems. You need to focus on the main ones and then going with that. So that is some for Chile.
Okay, thank you. Yes, definitely a long time working on this, a lot of experience, and still, obviously, we have challenges. We have so again, you said we're not aiming for perspection, even for Chile that developed 5 BURs and add some capacity and some experience on the topic. So yes, I want I think this is important for countries to hear that, yeah, it's quite a process for everyone, despite whatever can be the work that was done previously. And well, Kevin, start from you. Like for your previous inventories, did you use a template? Did you develop your own template to report everything together? Did you have different templates for different sectors from different region and you had to merge it together? What did you use? How did you solve this?
Okay, yeah. Well, following the work that we have done, we have several templates for each sector, for the 5 sectors, and also we have some templates for the cross-cutting issues, something that is more general. They are basically the same between each sector, but they have like a flexibility between each other because you have to make some stuff that are pretty particular for some sectors. For example, you have the reference approach for the energy sector, and also you have the description for the land use in the particular country. So we have some flexibility on that, and also we have the opportunity to use the template in a preliminary stage of the final document that Paulo shared with us kindly. And we used it like a reference. We didn't follow like all the thing because it is a really comprehensive document that includes all the things that you mentioned. So I think the template that you develop is something that you should aim, but since it's like a template and also it's a like you said, it is something that you can, how is the word, you can write it down. It is not write it in a stone for saying for something that. So we follow that in the way that we can, and we also have some consideration particular for the country. So. And also we use some tools for the image of the inventory. We advance to programming and something like that to get better picture for the inventory. Also, we have some codes for fill up the CRT tables. We didn't use the tool. That was something that we take advantage because we didn't have problem to do all the CRT tables, but the thing is that also the convention asked for us for the JSON file. So we now we are on the we are filling up the table. So the tool, sorry, for to get the JSON files.
Okay, perfect. So yes, many different, so also but the different templates. But then just like to follow up on this quickly, did you have like a team that was responsible of just putting together the different pieces? And I don't know, did it take long? Just quickly.
Yeah. We have a person in charge for each sector, and also they have some teams behind them. But the person in charge to compile this or merge all the document, it is the coordinator, that is me, and it takes some time. I have a lot of experience to merge document, and I've been doing for a time, so it wasn't that. That difficult, but still, if you want to make a good document with all the chapter indexes and all the figures, it takes some time. But yes, that is the figure. We have a coordinator and also the sector, and they communicate each other through the process.
Yeah, that sounds quite a key element for the success of such a long process. Melanie, do you want to share something on documents, templates that you use before also the come in place of the CBIT template? If you already had something and then the other template came in?
Yes. Apart from obviously the NID template, that actually we were one of the pilots, country pilots to use it at first. We also have a specific sector-specific standardized worksheets. So we don't use directly the IPCC software to the estimation of the emissions. We have worksheets, so that helps us allow us to standardize the process through the different sectors of the GH inventories. We use that, and we pass from working separately. We use a cloud-based real-time collaboration like system that is the national subsystem of the GH inventory. So we work synchronous work that helped us a lot working together at the same time. So now we have that subsystem help us to centralize all the information. Everything is linking. So if you have to change something, everything you have to change a cell, and then everything changed. You don't have to review all the information. A lot of time that we don't have most of the process. And that was really easy for us, and it was a lesson learned, because actually for the inventory what we prepared for the second UR, we lost a lot of information because the system that we have changed, the institutional system that we have here in the ministry. We changed of software, and in that change of software we lost a lot of information. So now we have a cloud separately from the institutional base, so that helped us a lot. And each sector has their own account, and the coordinator have another one. So the coordinator have like the big picture, and the coordinator of each sector have another account. So that help us a lot. And I think the network that we have here in Latin America and the Caribbean through the different years also was a really help for the team, because Paulo with different like webinars help us to understand and interpret the MPGs that sometimes not really easy. Even with the translation, something could be on that the same word could mean something in English, but in Spanish you can miss some things. So that was really helpful to secure that we manage all the information there. And obviously, we include the refinement of 2019 and the wetland supplements through the process of that. We didn't use the UNFCCC reporting tool because of the time we were preparing the GH inventory, the tool wasn't ready yet. So that for us were one of our main challenge. What I will say that on the next questions that we have.
Okay. Great. I think it's very good for people to hear about like the importance of the cloud system, that every team has their own account, and it's like how to structure this system for data. First, not to lose data when you have to do migration from a system to another. But in general, I think that's one of the main messages, that this really can facilitate the work for everyone. Yes, thank you. Okay, great also to hear that you appreciated the work that Paulo is doing, and also that another thing I really like, it's the fact that we're seeing it more and more, that inside the networks and also outside in between networks, countries are helping each other more and more. So it's always nice to go to your neighbor and ask like, hey, how did you do this? How did you solve this? Because I think it's quite common, quite often, that your troubles are the same that your neighbor is facing or is going to face tomorrow, or if they did face yesterday. So I really encourage all the participants to also check with your neighboring countries how to solve issues together. So, well, let's move on to the third question. Then we don't need to be very extensive of this, but like, how did you find the fact that with all the new MPGs, they also actually were quite extensive. Melanie already said that it's not always very clear. I was not always very clear, also including the fact the translation issue. And how was moving from the old inventory work to the new MPGs? What do you think about this? What were the biggest challenges? Melanie, if you want to start again, and then we move to Kevin.
Yes, as I already told you, like the adapting to the MPGs updates, like the interpretation, the data collection, because we have to include new gases, trying to include new years, that in our case we use flexibility because we don't have information from 1990. So for us, we present just information since 2000 to 2021. We also have to include more details regarding the uncertainty and analysis, the QA/QC system that we have. Hopefully, we already have, at that time, we had a lot of advance on that part, but it still was a challenge. The increase of workload with different time frames. We were preparing the second NDC and the LTS at the same time, and if you know, and you work directly on the government, you know that it's the same thing that is preparing the different documents at the same time. We were changing government on July, so the past administration want to present the documents before they leave. So that was a lot of pressure for us. Also, the capacity building side to maintain the team. We were working at that time, since we have the funds, we have like 10 persons working directly on the GH inventory, and we manage different technical issues like trying to explain to the data providers that now we need to change the way that we work on the past. We were need more specific information. We include new gases like the SFC, and if you compare the presentation of the BOR, is more flexible. But in the case of the BTR, it was a really challenged way, and the fact that the tool of the reporting of the CRT, that if you prepare the CRT at the same time you prepare the document, you will find maybe errors that help you like improve the reporting, but they didn't have the chance because the pool even wasn't available. And the last month, because we present the NID on July and the tables on December, because of the different software and the update of the tool, we didn't have the chance we have some problems with some sectors, and we find some errors to the reporting, but since the document was already published, we didn't have the time to change it. So have to work with that tool that wasn't ready at that time, I think was the main challenge. And the different updates the convention do in the last months before December, it was horrible, and the team was really stressed because the communication, it was not easy, and we just managed to submit after the COP, because I have to send someone to the COP, so to be on the clinics directly with the team, and even then didn't have the way to change the error that the software was throwing us through the report. So it was really the main challenge was the CRT process report.
Okay. Yes, I feel that. I think, yeah, as it happens very often to all new processes, new documents, new reports, the first time it's the hardest. But we really hope that we are learning from it, and we really hope that it becomes almost a routine, very smooth, ideally. But yeah, first time I think is quite a challenge for all of us. Kevin, do you want to add something on the new MPGs, how they affect the work?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so we didn't have, like I said before, a real big challenge. It was difficult, but I think the main things that we discovered with this It's like we didn't have like all the transparency that we should have regarding, for example, the activity data or some parameters, because we have a really good register system that is mainly developed for present the emissions, but not we don't have a really good track of the activity data. Obviously, we have in our personal spreadsheet, every sector has it, but to put it in the CRT table was a really was really something that we need to develop some database that to fill up the information. And I was the person that typed the key notation, because we didn't have a really good practice on use the right key notations, because for example, I want to say an example regarding the losses and gains of carbon in the LULUCF sector. So you have like this included elsewhere that is moving between depending on if it's is the net carbon is gains or lose. So that was something that you need to fill up with each category and each year. So it was something that we didn't have in mind when we present all only the emissions. So it was something that the net emissions, sorry. So was something that we have to lead. But the thing is, we also know that the tool for the convention wasn't ready. You can use it, and we have some problems between at the end of the year where the web page was down like I don't know 2 weeks, and 2 weeks at the end of December was critical to fill up this table. So we have this idea, like I mentioned before, to fill up the tables using some templates for developed countries. So we only fill up the information that wasn't with the formula. So we put the emission, we put the activity data, we put the description to Python codes, and it was a really good solution for that, and we avoid the problems with the tool. But it was a really we learned a lot of things. So and we also encountered that we need to be more transparent in our inventory.
Nice. Nice to hear this. Yeah, being more transparent in your own inventory. I think also the fact that you developed your own tool, it's to then compile the tables. It was for sure it's a process where you learn a lot. I think it will be nice. Now, obviously, there were some issues with the software last year. It's everything in development, but I think sooner or later also some templates for submit to compile easier. The tables will come out. I think actually countries are trying to develop this like you did, and maybe share in between countries. These approaches can be very helpful, can save a lot of time to some other teams, which maybe because also in many teams we're facing some capacity constraints, especially the amount of people working on this, and for smaller countries. And I think this could really be a game changer, saving a lot of time for these countries. Thank you. So moving on to, we can merge these two questions, so we go a bit quicker, a bit faster. About the CBIT-GSP NID template. Kevin, you already said you didn't really use it in the beginning, then you use it a little bit as almost like a checklist, I would say, almost also. I don't know. And then, yeah, if you want to add, like, what would be some recommendations, recommendation that you would give to some countries when, again, I can bring up again the question I did to Jaipal before. When a new country sees this document, 300 pages, like you did in the very first place, what are some lessons learned, some recommendation that you could share about this? How to tackle the issue, the process, and how to split it up, and how to use maybe also some creative way how to use this CBIT, this template, instead of just sticking to it can be used and eventually be a step for next year, in 2 years, how to do the real migration on it. I don't know, Kevin, do you want to start on this?
Yeah, thank you. If I remember correctly, what J-Paul said, that it is key to have people in charge of some of a specific thing, because you are not doing all the work. That is, it's not impossible, but it's impractical for countries like us and for people that want to keep hair in the hair. It's a lot of stress. I can say myself, but yeah. I think that is key. That is key to have people in charge of everything, of something, of something that you can manage in this coordinator figure that we have. That is, I think it is a key thing that you show it in this organigram that you show in your slide, where you have these sectoral technical teams, and then you have like a general coordinator team. That is key for develop a good inventory. I don't have issues with the timelines on do all the work in one person. The other question is, if you are going to see this document, I think all the people still see these NID documents, and it is a lot of things. It is overwhelming, and I don't think that it is never going to be different. But the thing that you need to know is that a lot of information that is in this document is not like something that you so no, it is different for a scientific document, because you have to make a lot of discussion, but in this case you need to present the information. That is because these documents are really long, because contain all the information that you need to replicate the inventory. But you don't have to be really concerned about get into much detail about how they are going to what the thing are happen. You need to have a good idea, but not really the all the details. So that is something that you should advise to the people that are presenting this information, because they have different objectives, right? So you need to present the information to have a good look at of your emissions, but you don't really have to make a paper or something like that with all the information. That could be something much difficult. But yeah, I think it's key to have people in charge of everything.
Perfect. Yes. So plan some teams, organize, be a bit structured. That's, yeah, the only way to approach such a big challenge, probably. Yeah, Melanie, some lessons learned from Panama?
Yes, I think the main benefit of the template is that even if you have the decision with the outline, this is an extent outline of how the document is going to look like. And the team can focus just putting the information and not trying to design a format. So you gain time with that. Also, for us, help us to clarify the process with, like me, I'm the compiler of the document. For me, it's more easy, like to separate the template and distribute it with the different teams, and it's more easy. Like even help me to this sector put this information on this section, but it looks nice, so I will give the recommendation to the other sector maybe to maintain the narrative, because you have like 7 persons different writing, and at the end you like compiler, you have to maintain a same narrative on through all the document. Maybe a good practices that we have, obviously we have the system that help us a lot with the institutionalization of the process, the QA process, to maintain the data provider like engaged on the process, the real-time collaboration that I already told you, and something that maybe, I don't know, it maybe could help you also. We prepare, in Spanish, we call them encerronas, but it's like a focus work sessions, like lockdowns for the technical team. Because here in the office, everybody on the daily basis, you always, your boss is going to call you to another meeting. And the thing that I do with the project, I ask for a meeting room, maybe in a hotel or with one of our partners, and I make a lockdown of the team through all a week, and I give them like the lunch. They didn't have to worry about lunch. We were Wi-Fi, a nice space like to exchange idea. And I maybe we prepare this on the last months. We prepare like these work sessions each every 2 weeks. So that helped them time like to write on that moment, give the information that they need to bring. But that's the way that I secure that the team focused directly on the document. And we have been replicating the process even with other documents. Now we are preparing the NDC. We are replicating that working sessions just to maintain the team focus and take them to other part apart from the office that sometimes is difficult to work directly. And just maybe an advice, in our case, we didn't have a reference. We were most of the first ones on Latin America, and we are never going to present the perfect document but we needed to do it. So now we are preparing the improvement that we need to do. But at that time, maybe if you're thinking that you're going to present the perfect NID and the perfect CRT, don't stress about that. I think you need to prepare the information that you have, and you are going to have time to future improvement. I think that the most important thing is like to try to secure the rhythm to present each every 2 years. So maybe that's going to be my recommendations.
Nice. Yes, I think we cannot stress enough over and over that we don't aim for perfection right away. It's good. And I like this approach of the encerrones, of these lockdowns of the team. It may sound a bit spooky almost, but yeah, I swear, yeah, I really believe it works, that you really get the team focusing for the full day and also preparing to that on the task. So thanks, that's a very nice experience that to share. So this is my last. I don't know. I think we can move right away to the last one and maybe share a little bit about what is your time plan, your workflow process in your country. If you have a standardized workflow, and maybe what are the timelines? So what are you expecting to do, like not month by month, but if you have some deadlines, some expectation through the year that you feel like sharing, so maybe some other countries can take inspiration and try to structure a bit the workflow in a similar manner. Melanie, let's go with you for the last question.
Well, ideally, we need 18 months to prepare all these documents, but in the reality, that's impossible. Like, if you secure the funds, you secure the team and all the different administration that you have always in a government, is impossible. But we manage, if at least we have 14 months minimum, we could manage to have a quality document and process. Now we are just launching the new GHG inventory, and we are going to prepare the update, the improvement plan that we have. we have to do the prioritizing, because as already Kevin said, you cannot manage to include all the improvement that you want. You need to focus on the key ones. So that's the process that the team is doing. Also, we are going to bring new juniors to the teams, because sometimes it's difficult to maintain the same persons. So we are not, since with every GH inventory, we bring new people. So now we are starting with the new juniors for different sectors. So we are starting the process of capacity building, refreshing. The senior team that already have presented a GH inventory, we are trying to do the technical assistance with Paulo's helps. We are going to exchange some meetings with other countries to help us to secure different improvements that we already identified that are going to be key for the new report. But at least we need 14 months to secure that we can manage the process in a good time. But I think every time is more easy to develop the inventory, because the first one is going to be the most difficult. But now you have the template, you have the table, now you understand the software, so it's going to be more easy, I hope.
Yes, perfect. And sounds also very good that every time you're bringing in some more junior capacity in the team, because it can happen that maybe a key person changes department or something, and then can happen that the team has some troubles, and it's important to keep on building capacity in the team. Kevin, do you feel like sharing something on the Chile workflow for the inventory?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that young blood is always good stuff for the inventory. Yeah, in our country we have this 2-year cycle for updating the inventory. That is, it is adopted with the reports, the VUR in that time, and now in the BTR. So we follow the structure, but the real work happens in 1 year and a half. So that is the time that it took us to develop a really good inventory and a really good document to submit to the convention. So, but the thing is that in Chile we have several people that are hired to do the inventory. So we have a really good advantage on that, and that makes us don't depend that much, but because we also depend on international funding, but we don't depend like other countries, because some people are really hired to do this work. For example, myself, I work for the Ministry of Environment itself, not for international funding. So, and that is a good advantage for the country, not for me, because I have to do all the work if there is no other people. But I think that we have some other teams that help us to make a really good inventory in that time. So I think it is key to the countries that don't have a really good scheme to do the inventory, to planning alongside to the reports, the BTR. So that is key, because you have to make it on time, to comply with the compromises, and also you can have a valid inventory to include in the RDC or something else. So I think that is the thing that I can share with for my part.
Perfect. Thank you, Kevin. I think we can take this one question that just came in this. Then I'm sorry we went a bit long with the Q&A, but I think it was really interesting to hear your experiences. There was a lot to talk about. So we have this question from Ramafan. I'm sorry about the pronunciation if it wasn't wrong, from Botswana. How are your teams constituted? Are they contractually recruited with financial implications? So I think it's a bit, I don't know if it's more a question like if it's a stable team that's gonna be, let's say, dedicated to the inventory for the years to come, or there is some team shifting maybe from one task to the other, to other departments? I don't know if you want to share something on this. Kevin, you want to start?
Yeah. So we have like I said before, we have we have several people that are in charge for an inventory, but the thing is that since we work in the public administration, we also have some other duties that we need to comply. For example, we need to like answer all the public question, for example, or requirements. We need to comply with that. That is something that is an obligation for the public people. So and also other people are also in charge with the inventory and also other things. So they are not 100% involved in the inventory. This is a part of the job. So that could be some challenge. So for one part, we have that, but also we need a lot of people that we are recruiting with international funding. That is key for us. So to answer really quick that question, we have some people that are locally contracted, like is their job, and also we have some consultant that we try to keep on the time along the time with to develop other inventories.
Okay, great. Okay, great. Melanie, what about Panama?
Yes, and in case of Panama, we develop some projects that are similar to the external projects that we have. We have like a BTR project, but with public funds, so that secure that we can contract specific things. So in the case of the coordinator, at least for each sector, most of them are public staff, but that sometimes you have some disadvantages, but as Kevin said, you have to manage another responsibilities inside of the minister. Even no one of the team is going in 100% fulfill on it, just specifically on the GH inventory. Like that's the 20 or 30% of the full time that they manage. So that's something that we maybe will try to change. But if you are part of the technical team, you understand that is okay, because on the GH inventory, I think you install the update and the writing in a good time, so you don't have to have the 100% of the time. Maybe just the coordinator, that one I think should have more time just to focus on the administration part, to secure that the team have all the things that they need to report. But we manage some contracts with the external projects just for technical assistance that we need. Like in the case of the follow sector, sometimes you need to manage someone to help you to produce the data. But it's something in a time frame specific, like 6 months. You don't need that person to all the process. So that's the thing. We have a public staff, but also we have consultants that help us to a specific section of the inventory.
Great. Thank you, Melanie. I think we've been running out of time. I saw another question from Samir Tantawi. Sorry again, but I think we kind of covered it again already, because it's about the challenges, especially on personal capacity. You said there are, you bring in new people, new young blood, as we said, and then you have consultants eventually for some specific things. And the important thing, I think, is again planning ahead the work, because we cannot, if you plan ahead and you know when the deadline is coming, you can already look for some extra capacity from some other colleagues a little bit in advance. But if you don't plan, then you end up like close to the deadline and finding capacity from other colleagues that are maybe involved in other projects, they have other tasks to do last minute. That's making it a big challenge, and it's not great. So I think one of the main outcomes is, also plan ahead a little bit the work, so you can kind of adjust your capacity and eventually consultants with enough time. So I want to thank you all for sharing this, your experiences. I think it was really interesting. I think there were a lot of really good hints, recommendations for countries. I want to thank all the participants. I want to thank Jaipal for presenting the template itself. And yes, thank you all. I wanna just little reminder, this webinar is recorded and will be uploaded on YouTube, like all the webinars we do at CBIT. So for all the participants, if you know some your colleagues, your neighbor countries, someone around that could not attend the year, yes, the meeting was recorded and it's going to be on YouTube. So it's available there, and it's also available. All the material is available on the Global Transparency platform. I linked and pinned the link to download the template itself, but you can find more information on the platform itself. So thank you, everyone. Have a great day ahead of you, a great night, a great evening, wherever you're from, you're following us from, and thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.